Hello guys and welcome to this program. I'm your host Eddie Kanobot, and with me here is
Professor Effiong Johnson. I was the keynote speaker in today's workshop.
Alright, sir, I listened to your speech and it was really impactful and very powerful. But there is this recurring theme in schools around infrastructural deficit. People are saying that the teacher to student ratio is too high. It's just too high. And the chairman mentioned something about corporate social responsibility. And I want you to talk about how this can help to mitigate or alleviate the stress and the burden on the teachers and on the schools in Akwa Ibom State.
Well, I don't want us to keep paying lip service to education. I want education issues to be thoroughly, practically addressed. That lady that interrupted our first conversation is from a car community here. And she is talking about overblown and overbloated population. And then the other teachers were saying, oh, you even have teachers in your own school. In our own school, as big as the school is, we are only 4. And so on and so forth. So these are things, and others were talking about issues of security. I mean, that as far as exam malpractice is not tamed from the roots, we'll be making nonsense of talking about human capacity building. These are the issues that need decisive measures to tame them, to squash them, to exterminate them from the system. Otherwise, we are wasting time. Another thing is the idea of this free education. Well, I support free education, but not to the extent of pushing idiots from one class to another until they get out. Teachers are complaining that students are promoted as low as 10%, 20% to the next class. And you are talking of standards in education. How can you attain that? So just because it's a free education, you have to push people from one class to the other who do not merit to go there. That doesn't make any sense to me, with due respect. So these are the issues this workshop is trying to grapple with. And I was thinking that at the end of this workshop, there will be a communique that will be sent to relevant quarters so that the issues be addressed. So we shouldn't deceive ourselves. Education enables us to become human capitals, addressing our needs from perspectives of knowledge. Knowledge is acquired. So if we want to get to that extent of attaining that, then the basic issues on ground must be addressed.
So my very next question would be on the training and retraining of teachers. How important is this? And if it has not been going on, is it negatively impacting the society, the everyday running of things, or is it not? Or can we do away with it?
Brother, change is the only constant thing, and knowledge is dynamic. With evolutions in telecommunications and other, civil things that have raised humanity to the height now, everybody needs upgrade. Everybody needs updating. Everybody needs promotional, hierarchy to become relevant. So teachers in the subjects that they probably graduated with, those subjects have undergone all kinds of transformations and so on and so forth, additions and subtractions. Curricula have been, reviewed severally. If curricula are reviewed, then teachers should be reviewed to cope up with the currency of times. Don't forget that education, for example, you said you want to write school set, is an international exam. Yes, it's written all over the West African sub-region. So if we don't upgrade our own teachers to cope with the international minimum standard, we are downplaying our own self. So the need for upgrading, for workshops to upgrade teachers, raise the status quo to the relevance of the need of the society at the moment, we are not doing ourselves any service. Okay? So everybody needs this. Government should put it in practice. Private sector should come to play. I like what this organization is doing to bring the currencies of times to the practice of teaching. Everyone knows that after teaching, every other thing is secondary.
All right, so my last question. Yeah. Would you agree with this popular notion that the society is reflective of the state of education in the society?
That is not an argument. Of course, it's true. You are as bright as education has made you, or as daft as the idiocies of your background have constructed you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, sir. All right, thank you very much for sticking with us thus far. That was Professor Johnson, and this is going to wrap it up for today's show. I remain your host, Idika Nobut, and thank you very much.